let us move on. So the next thing we have here is element. So there's no how we can understand this element without understanding what HTML tags is. What HTML tag is. So HTML tag. So HTML tag are keywords that are surrounded by angle brackets. They are keywords that are surrounded by what? By an angle bracket. So there are some rules guiding HTML tags. So let me add S here. There are some rules guiding it. So for every opening tag like this, there must be a closing tag. HTML tags, we have what we call opening tag. Okay, so let me call this opening tag. Then this closing tag. So you can also call this a start tag and this an end tag. Understand? So for every opening tag, there must be a closing tag. So let us pay attention to what we have here. You can see each one here. This is the opening tag, then this is the closing tag. So let us use this as an example. Opening tag, closing tag. Then this paragraph, opening tag, then closing tag. Then in between, you can now have your content. So that is what some HTML tags are. You get? Then the next one is HTML element. So HTML elements are a combination of tag name plus content. Tag name plus what? Plus content. So what do they mean by tag name? So if you pay attention to what we have here, so anything from here down here is elements. As you can see, the HTML element is everything from the start tag down to the end tag. So you must have your tag name, then content. So that is HTML element. Then in HTML element, you can see here some elements have no content. So we call them empty elements. So we do have some elements with start tag without end tag. You understand? So if an element have a start tag, then without content, so there's no cause for having an end tag. Yes, so let us pay attention to what we have here. So if you pay attention to this document declaration, so here we just have a start tag without an end tag. So this is called empty element. So this too is called empty element. This meta too is called empty element. Then we have image. Image too is called an empty element. Okay, so that is that for element. So here we have web browsers. So I've explained that we have different kind of browsers. So the next thing we have here is HTML basics. So what are the basic things you need to know about HTML, right? So the first thing you need to know about HTML is the heading and the paragraphs. So here you can see I have each one. So for the heading, we have six category of heading. We have heading one. So let's say heading one. Then we have heading two, which is H2. Heading two. We have H3, which is heading three. We have H4, which is heading four. We have H5, which is heading five. We have H6, which is heading six. So this is the last heading. So let us save and check our browser to see what we have. So if we come here and we refresh, you can see The difference between this H1 and H2 is that this is bigger and bolder, you understand? Then H2 is like a little bit smaller than H1. Then we have H3 down to H6. So those are the variety of headings that we have. So the next thing we have is of course paragraph. So paragraph is being written as P tag. Then in between you can now type any content you like. So let me just say this is the paragraph. Understand? So let us come to our browser and let us refresh. You can see. But you notice one thing that even for this H6 is more bold than this paragraph. You understand? Anything that has to do with heading, they are what? They are very, very bold. So that is the first thing you need to know. The headings and the paragraphs. So the next thing you still need to know is some basics. So in the basics, the first thing you need to know under that is how to add image to your web page. How to add image to your web page. Okay. So for us to have image to our web page, so let me come to pictures. So you need to select pictures of your choice. So let me select this man picture. So you need to copy it. Then you make sure it is inside your working folder. You can see our folder is PHA web development. Then you need to paste. So let us rename it to something simple. So make sure while renaming you don't leave a space. Let's just say person. Let me just save that as person. So when you save it and you come to your VS Code, you can see here VS Code will show it for you. You can even click it to view the image even on your VS Code. So you have your img tag. So let me start that from scratch. So img. Then inside the img we have source attribute. So this source attribute, so in between the source attribute we provide the name of the image and the extension of the image. Then of course we should have alt attributes. So alt attributes means alternative text. It means that when the image is not loading, you understand, so it will just populate the text for us. So it will show the text instead of the image if the image is not loading. So it might be as a result of network glitches or something else, you understand. So this is the image element. So in between this source, let us pay attention to this image. You can see we have person.png. So you need to type person.png. Then for the image extension, we have different kind of image extension. We have different kind. We have PNG, we have JPG, we have JPEG, we have JFIF, we have HEIC, then we have .gif. So this GIF is animated image you can use for sticker and the likes. So let me add dot. Good. So these are the several image extensions we have. Although we still have more, but this is they are like the basics of what we have. So person.png. Then I need to save and come to my browser and I refresh. So can you see? So it will bring out the image. Then in the image, you can add a size attribute. So what do I mean by size attribute? So size attribute comprises of width and height attribute. So let's say you want to resize the image, you just say width. So let us set it to 100. So this being set to 100 means that the width is equals to 100 px pixels. Then height, let me set that to 100. Okay, then I save, then I come to my browser and I refresh. You can see we have smaller image. So let us make it big a little bit, 200 px. Then I refresh. You can see. So that is how to add image to our web page. So the next thing we have is links. It's links. So how can you provide link to your web page? So let us do the practical aspect of that. For the links, we have an anchor tag. So an anchor tag with an attribute of href. So in between this href, you can have your link. So the link you can have is being divided into two parts. We have a relative part, or you can call it link. Then we have absolute part or link. So this relative part, so what you'll be seeing is something like dot forward slash or dot forward slash or forward slash. You understand? So what we mean by this is this dot forward slash means that you want to enter a particular folder. You understand? Dot forward slash means you are coming out of the folder. Then forward slash means that you are going to a particular folder. So all these, they are the kind of resources that you have on your system. You understand? That you have on your system. But these absolute links, you'll be seeing something like HTTP or HTTPS. So this means online resources. So anything that has to do with HTTP or HTTPS, it means that you don't have it on your system. Yet you don't have it on your system. So for this, so let us try. So let's say, so in between here, let me just say go to Google. Okay. So in the href, I need to provide an absolute path to Google site, right? So I can say https colon double forward slash www.google.com. So something like this. So let me come to my browser and I refresh. So if I click on it, so if you are connected, it will quickly refer you to Google. So we still have another attribute that you can assign to it. So we call it target. So target is the behavior of that link, how you want it to behave. So if you set it to underscore blank means that it will open it in new tab. So the one we have here, if you click it, so the Google will just override your existing page. So you still need to click on back before you can have access to your page. So if I refresh, then I click on it, you will notice one thing that it opens it in new page. Here I don't have any back button unless I switch the tab like this. So for anchor tag, so if you want any link, so you have something like this. So you can even wrap it up with a button. So let us create another anchor tag. So you just press A, then click on enter. So VS Code will do the completion for you. So in between, we can have a button element, and let's say so this should go to, okay, now, so we want this one to be we want it to be a relative path. So if you don't forget, I said this relative path means the resources that is on your system, that is available in your system. So in this case, let us create a new page. Let us call it gallery.html. So that's our new page. Then we need to use shift 1, then we click on enter. So for the title, let us call it gallery page. Good. So in this gallery page, let us add several images. So you can do that by doing img, then click on enter. So in between your source, then you type the name and the extension of the image you want, person.png. So let us explore how we can use online image. You understand? So you can also use image that is not on your system, of course. So just search image of your choice. So let me search Cristiano Ronaldo. So he's my favorite player. Okay, we have tons of image we can explore here, right? So you just click on any image you want. Just click on any image. Then you come here, you right click, then you will see save image as copy image, then copy image link. You understand? So you need to copy the image link. You click on that, then you create another img. So in between the source, you paste the link you copied online. You can see that. So here we are using absolute path and here we are using relative path. So you can use it for source, then you can use it for href too. So the same thing goes for them. You understand? So what I'm saying is that you can use relative and absolute path. You can come here and use person.png. It won't go because this is an anchor tag, not image. So that will only work for image. So what I'm trying to explain here is that you can have access to a local image which is available in your system, and this an absolute image which is not available in your system. So let us see that. So if I want to have access to it, so I have several ways of opening that. So I can just come here and right click, then I click on copy path. I can copy the path. Understand? Then I can open new tab and of course paste. Then I click on enter. So can you see it? So this is on my system, while this is from Google, right? So this is our gallery page. So let us make it make sense. So let us add each one by saying welcome to our gallery page. Okay, I save, I come here to my gallery page and I make sure I refresh. You can see we have cool things here. Then yeah, okay, so let us go back to our index.html. Yeah, so this button we can say go to gallery gallery page, save. So let us check our browser. So for the index.html, let us refresh. Can you see it? So we have button here. So let us go back. So in between this href, you just need to type gallery.html. So let us come here and say gallery.html. Or you can say dot /gallery.html. So they are the same thing. So gallery.html, you save, then you come here and you refresh. So let us click on this button. So when you click on it, you can see it will refer you to gallery page. So that is how an anchor tags work. So if you want to explore further, you can come to WTV School, then click on HTML Basics. So you can see the declarations, the headings, the paragraph, the links. So this is what I discussed about for you. Then the images, you can see that. Then the next thing we have here is how to view HTML source code. So let's say you want to view someone else page, you want to have access to the source code. So what you just need to do is to come to that page, then you press Ctrl U. Understand? Can you see it? So it will reveal all the source code that that person used. Then the next thing we have here is attributes.